faith-filled. It's changing lives. We started a fire.
The music, the speech, the presentation, it was out of this world.
This event has been completely mind-blowing. It's been so powerful and moving.
It's such a great environment. We're new business owners, and as new business owners, it's important and it's crucial to learn from the best, and we're here to learn from the best, so I encourage you to be at the next one.
If you did not leave this place inspired, there's something wrong with you.
The value that I'll take with me leaving this event is greater than any dollar I could have spent to get here or be here.
Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Friday. That's right. Today is Friday, September 3rd, 2021. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Friday, September 3rd, 2021. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible day. Hey, it is also day 5 for me. Day 5 of the Morning 5 67-day challenge. That's right. Doing 5 simple things every single morning, right? Not hitting that snooze button. Don't touch your phone. Write down your gratitude and goals. Take care of yourself physically. Sending out an encouraging message. Today is also episode, this is crazy, episode 955 of Hashtag Rise and Grind. Can you believe that? Episode 955 of Hashtag Rise and Grind. There's only 45 episodes left until that coveted 1,000 episodes, which that 1,000th episode, we're going to celebrate that live in Lexington, Kentucky, November 5th, 6th, and 7th, followed by 3 days of just an epic celebration, right? It's going to be amazing. If you haven't gotten your tickets for that yet, go to growforgod.com. You're going to want to be a part of that. It's going to be the experience of a lifetime. I promise you that. Literally a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You have my word. I was with the production people yesterday. It will be over the top. So go to growforgod.com to get your tickets for that. Listen, this week we've broken down the Morning 5, right? The 5 simple steps to an extraordinary life. And I've really been enjoying connecting with all of you, seeing all of your different posts and the different on Insta and on Facebook and all the different places, the pictures of you and your family. Some of you have your kids are now involved. They're running with you in the mornings. They're doing the Morning 5. People from all around the world, from Australia to Japan to UK, and of course all across the United States, up in Canada, like Italy. It's been amazing to watch everybody coming together. I've really enjoyed it. We now have over 900 people worldwide that are all changing the way they start their day. It's really been spectacular. And today we're going to round off this incredible week where we've launched the 67-day challenge. We've had lots of fun. We've talked about morning routines, and we're going to now bring in my friend Donnie Tuttle. My boy Donnie Tuttle is down in Florida right now. He too, like me, has 8 kids. That's right, 2 2 dudes, 16 kids between the 2 of them, if you can believe it. Now, this guy right here is a head coach. He is an empowerer. He is a connector. He is a purpose engineer. He is an author. He is a speaker. He is a wave rider. And he's also a grilled cheese maker. That's right. I'm going to introduce you to him here in just a minute. Before I do, though, you know what we got to do on this show. You know what we got to do. You know we got to do some dancing. Come on, folks. Let's go. Let's do some dancing wherever you are. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Now's the time. All right? Look, Donnie's in the back. He's in the green room dancing right now. Look. This is why I love Donnie so much, man. This dude right here cracks me up all the time. All right? So for those of you that know, for those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button, okay? I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. Now, this is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live, or whether you're on replay, maybe you're on Clubhouse, maybe you're checking us out on YouTube, maybe you're listening to the podcast, wherever it is, I want you to connect with me, and I want to connect with you. Fair enough? Fair enough. All right. What's up, Brad Smith? How you doing, Jojo Laricia? We've got Tristan Smith is in the house. Marilyn Wilkin, great to see you as well. I want to make sure, where's my sound on this guy? There we go. Good. What's up, Mike Stevens, Angeline Moore, Vicky Everett, Amy Kennedy, Sol Salcido. We've got T. Lynch, Pam Woosley. Good morning, Claudette Ross. What's up, Siga, Yanni, great to see you. How you doing, Joyce and Francois? We've got Janelle Griego, Don Sankey, American Patman. Okay, we've got Debbie Wood, John Gayheimer, Kelly Taylor, Paula Collins. What's up, Jeremy Noling? How you doing, Sebastian Rusk and Charles Lamont Garner? We've got Michelle Gravely, Sean Weatherby, Janice Mullings. I've got all kinds of folks up in here. And then over, of course, on Clubhouse. Woohoo! People everywhere, Donnie. There's people everywhere, Donnie. I'm loving it, brother. Over on Clubhouse, we've got Melita and Ty and Donovan. What's up, Chris? How you doing, Carrie? How you doing, Julietta and Charlotte and Salmon and Angela? We've got Frederick in the house. Ahmed is in the house. We've got Abdul and Ashley, Bill and Elaine. Kendra's up in here. My boy Mike is up in here. Larissa and Judith and Latrice. And we've got Gunvor and Pablo and G.I. is in the house. What's up, Kevin? How you doing, Ifan? Or M. Bond. We've got Antonio and Monica and Matt and Dee and Angeline and BJ. Everybody's up in here on hashtag Rise and Grind this morning. And I'm super excited because I'm going to introduce you to my boy Donnie Tuttle. And this dude's legit. So let's go ahead and dive right in today's episode of hashtag Rise and Grind. Dude, 8 kids? Like, what's wrong with you, dude? Are you crazy? How could you possibly have 8 children?
The old-fashioned way, man. One at a time. It's insane, right? What am I thinking?
It is insane. It's awesome. Welcome, Donnie. I am glad you're here. I'm going to keep an eye on you over on Clubhouse. Make sure you're unmuting over on that side so they can hear you whenever you're talking. Dude, thank you so much for joining me here this morning. I know you are 11 days into All of a sudden, my camera's lagging over here. That's right. You are 11 days into waking up at 5 a.m. And so congratulations on that. I want to talk to you a little bit. We've been talking about morning routines all week and how important they are and the intentionality behind those. So I would love to hear, what does your morning routine look like, Donnie?
Oh, dude, hit me right with it. Seeing if I'm in the 67-day challenge, I would say I'm in, brother. So for me, what I do is I used to wake up with no alarm, but I've changed that. And actually my lovely wife wakes up with me, and 5:15 I pop out of bed. I'll go make some coffee real quick. I'll get the coffee brewing, and then my wife is out of bed, and we go for a walk. We'll walk. We live by the beach, so we'll walk for about an hour, brisk walk, and it's kind of neat. We just figured this thing out, Glenn. If you have an iPhone, because we were talking the whole time, we found out something that's like, okay, but I mean, I really like to listen to my books, and you really like to listen to your books and whatever. And so what we found was, if you have an iPhone and you have two different types of Apple headphones, you can actually pair them both up. You can share and listen to the same thing. So that's a big part of it. Then we come and we walk back home. We sit down on our porch, pour that hot coffee, and we actually will go through stuff, whether it's the Bible, or actually lately we've been going through some Wallace Wattles stuff.
Okay.
Reading his New Christ back in the old 1900s, early 1900s, and then from there I will brush my teeth, kiss my kids, love on them, and either, if the waves are good, I'm gonna go jump in the waves with my boys. So we have like 3-4 boys in the water at a time with me, and which is an absolute blast way to start my business. And then I'll walk into the office. I have an office 2 blocks from me, which I'm sitting in right now.
Right.
And on the way, I'll text or love on, so that I'll get that uplifting thing to one of my clients, one of my friends, one of my family members on the way in, and then I sit down in front of this camera right here, and I start my work day. So.
My goodness, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving how you're tapping into mind, body, and spirit first thing in the morning. And it sounds wonderful where you live there and having that ocean in the background, time with the wife. I think that's super, super, super important. Encouraging the kids, lifting their spirits, right? And then sending out encouraging messages. That's really, really impressive, Donnie. Dude, you've got a lot of different things that you've done, a lot of different things going on. You've created lots of different brands, but ultimately your thing, like your jam, right, is you are the purpose-driven executive, right? Yeah. The purpose-driven executive. So what's that all about? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Glenn, I believe the reason that I'm here, the reason God put me on this planet, is to help others to connect with their purpose. And back in 2010, just before the biggest business failure of my life, the Lord came to me in a vision. Man, I'm laying down next to my wife, and there was a message I'd heard earlier in the morning, and then suddenly I randomly turned on the TV, and it said like the same thing at night. And this is before the internet was like, people were picking messages up. And so I'm laying down next to my wife, and suddenly I'm zapped into a place to where I'm talking to God and He's talking to me. And it was oddly enough, you'd think there's so many things you could talk about, but it was a business meeting. And the business meeting, really, he was showing me that the reason that people, the reason they don't succeed, they don't live their purpose, they're not excited, they're not prospering, is because they're not connected to the gifts and talents that they have. And from that moment, I decided I would seek that out. It was an up and down. It's been up and down, to be honest with you. It was a lot of self-experimentation, and somehow I've been able to help a lot of other people to do the same thing. But what I found is that we are productive, we are prosperous, we make money, we do all of those things when we're connected to the things that God gave us, our gifts and our talents. And so, yeah. That's my jam, brother.
So ultimately, what you're saying is that we thrive, right? We can all survive, right? We can all at least try to, anyway. But we really thrive when you're connected to your unique individual gift and talent, the reason that you're here, right? So what is your clear purpose, Donnie? Yours. I know that you're here to help other people find theirs. That's part of it, right? So like, what is your clear purpose, and how did you ultimately find your clear purpose? Do you think it was just through that conversation, or?
Yeah, that's a good one. For me, my clear purpose, or at least my current purpose, is to become the most joyful man I know. It's this shirt, right? To do happy.
Okay.
That's my current purpose. If I were to boil it down to that, my professional purpose is the one that I just spoke about.
Right.
And so yeah.
To be a man of pure joy, to do happy. Now, you said your current purpose. So let's talk about this. So your purpose can change? Like, you're not just born with a certain purpose and that's your purpose forever? Like, your purpose in life can actually change? Talk me through that.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, man. I'm not going to tell. I believe your purpose is what you want your purpose to be. So for some of us, if you think it's to show up that one time on a mountain and do the one thing, like, I guess, like, you can go, you can take that. For me, I believe it's not something that happens outside of us. It's not something that happens that, like, that we're like some involuntary thing. I think we are active participants in that. And I might even liken it to an adventure in which you get to be yourself. So part of your purpose is to be you. My 3 letters, Glenn, put together, you, be you. I think that's what releases power into the earth. But ultimately, we're to be what God made us, and I believe that emboldens others to do the same.
I agree, man. I agree. So how do you help people find their purpose? We've got a lot of people that are listening in right now, and I get messages all the time, Donnie. I get messages and people are like, man, I don't know my purpose. I don't know what my purpose is. And a lot of people struggle with that, I think. And so I would love, with you being the purpose-driven expert, if you could maybe help some of these great, amazing superhumans that are with us this morning, walk them through how they can find their purpose.
Yeah, man. Thank you for that question. I believe, Glenn, that finding purpose starts with finding yourself, and that may sound really shamanistic, or go up to a mountain and levitate or whatever, but really there's a you that existed before you were worried about tomorrow and before you were condemned for yesterday. I believe that's a true you. And Jesus said that you must become as little children to even see the kingdom of God. And to me, it's being able to have a little bit of that. So there's some of that. I believe that going into where we're going, we're all, at least the people we're talking to, are most likely adults. We all have professions. And I have 2 things here to remind me. So I don't know. Let's see. So you see this, right? Any idea?
So we've got a sling and a rock.
Sling and a rock.
Yes.
So the sling and the rock are reminders of how we're to enter into this thing. So one of my favorite stories in the Bible is the story of David and the shepherd boy that takes down the giant. Before he goes and does his thing with the sling and the rock, he's actually offered the king's armor and his sword and just like his Iron Man outfit, and just like the tech that can take him down. And instead, he decided to enter in as himself. And in what? So I think the next thing is like, who are you and what are you bringing to the table? What are your gifts, talents, and assets? Those are the things that are going to propel you towards what I believe is an ingredient that a lot of people we leave out, Glenn, which is, what do you want? There's something that you're compelled to, that you want, is an actual part of this thing. And so when I said current purpose, man, I'm on a mission. I have a vision. I have a story that I'm living out, and I'm moving towards that adventure. And for me, the vision is an important part of this. So you take those three things, and then the next one I would say is a noble cause. And so noble cause for me is to know who are your people. So you Glenn, you're a part. You have you're a crazy dude leading a crazy army of people, waking up at hours that like what are you doing, man? So knowing your people, your mission, meaning what do you want to deliver them to or from, and your message. If you could download a message into any of those, to all of those people, what would it be? And I think that if you have those things in the beginning, eventually that translates into action, and that action lived out daily and intentionally. Hello, you're living your purpose, and it's not a place you're going to get to; it's a place you're currently at. So,
gotcha.
That's a fly through. I like to frame this in the. Have you ever heard of the hero's journey? Joseph Campbell's hero's journey.
I have, but there may be some people here in the audience who have not.
So it goes like this. A person living in the mundane, the normal, the average, they know they're not normal. They know there's something more. They want to do something more. They want to jump into action, but they tell themselves no. It's where a lot of us are, by the way. All right, we tell ourselves, no, I won't step across the line. Who am I after all? And so they actually, in almost every story from, by the way, the hero's journey is the way that you can frame almost every adventure story that you've ever loved, from the adventure, from the Avengers to,
Spider-Man, Superman, all the way across the board.
All of it, and love stories and all of that too.
Yeah, Aaron Brockovich, all the way, not just in the comic books. Every great story, great movie, great everything.
Yeah, even they say, religious figures,
Sure.
that Jesus, Muhammad, like they fit within this in some way.
Yeah.
So the hero's called into action, and there's no story until they actually really do step into it. But they normally say no. They discover a power, right? So we all have a superpower. This is a gift and talent that I was talking about earlier. But unless we believe that we have that, again, we generally won't step in. Usually they're nudged or pulled by a guide and a compelling cause. So if you think about the Hunger Games, right? Katniss Everdeen jumps into battle when her brother was going to be taken and put into the battle instead. So she jumps in, and that's what causes the action. From that place, they train and get good. They have to face themselves, which all of us do. And there's a moment called the cave where, obviously, as a Christian, Jesus went into the cave, was buried in one, put into one. In Star Wars, Luke Skywalker goes into the cave, and in the cave you face yourself, and you ask yourself, am I the old me or am I the new me? Only one of those two people is going to walk out. We face a dragon or multiple dragons, and the cool thing is in almost every story, which I think life is the same, what's underneath every dragon? Usually it's gold, right? So the thing that we want the most is usually underneath the thing that we fear the most. In the process, we meet friends along the way that help us, because we're all on a journey. We're not getting there alone, and we return to our restored kingdom with some form of life, or we've saved the kingdom or whatever. But we come back changed, and so this is a process of change. We've all been on it. We've all been on, and we're all on it. And so it's just an easy way to say, I mean, where am I? And what am I? As long as I've stepped out of the mundane and out of the normal that I know that I'm better than, as long as I've stepped past that, I'm somewhere on that journey.
Yeah, I love that, man. Somewhere on that journey, the hero's journey. And I thought that was really powerful how you said, figure out who your people are, figure out what the mission is, and then figure out what the message is for ultimately for the people, to get them on the mission, to get them from point A to point B. Man, I love that. I think this is great conversation. I'd love to dive in a little bit further, and maybe we'll do so over on Clubhouse when we get done here with Rise and Grind. This portion of the interview, we don't have as much time. We only have about 30 minutes. But you're also a sales expert. And as a sales expert, which, by the way, Donnie has a book called Sell Anywhere, Live Your Adventure While Crushing Sales. And you can get that book. You can get a copy of that book for free. I think you pay shipping on that. But you just go to DonnieTuttle.com. Go to DonnieTuttle.com. You can get a copy of this book. So you're a sales expert. How has this season that we're in right now, because we're in an interesting season right now, right? Like, how has the season that we're in right now changed sales, or has it changed sales? Like, can we use the same ways to overcome objections, or do we need to change our verbiage? Like, talk to me about this particular season. I've been in sales for a long time, right? I'm just curious how you feel, if you think that in this season sales is a little bit different, or is it still the foundational truths that have always been there?
Dude, that is a phenomenal question. And listen, like this thing that we've been going through it's an accelerant.
No doubt.
Right? It's an accelerant. And I think it's a really good thing. So we have a lot more people who have environments change. We have people working from home. We have families clashing because they're like, you're in my face.
Right. I love you, but I didn't like you this much. I don't really want to spend this much time with you.
We got people who are on like professional phone calls, and there's like dogs barking in the background and kids crying, and
totally, man.
We have that. So what's happened, Glenn, is I believe that attention has shrunken, and now more of what's happening is people are here now. In terms of how people act maybe on a car lot or whatever those, well, obviously with the whole microchip thing, like things have changed everywhere. And the reality is that in all of these things, I believe it's an accelerant to what, where the good guy gets to win more. And that comes through relationship. Now, my brand of sales is very different from the, go rip the head off of someone and run through a wall. As a matter of fact, that was like going through purpose. That was a moment in my life. There was a change that happened in my life during this journey, during the journey of this. And it's almost like, Glenn, we got to live this, what everyone else has been changing and going through. We did that a few years ago, and we did it intentionally.
Right.
And, I don't know why anyone would do that, but we did. And so our adventure and our purpose at that time was like, you know what? It started out, we wanted to show our kids snow. We lived in Florida all of their lives, and they hadn't even seen snow, brother. And so we're like, what's wrong? We keep saying we're going to do something, and we never did. I'm going to do it, but I never did. I'm going to do it. I never did. And we said, you know what? We stepped across the line. We finally stepped into that story. And we gave away everything we had. We sold a couple of items, and we weren't rich. We basically said, hey, whatever money we're using on rent, we're gonna go spend it and we're gonna rent places that like Glenn Lundy owns in different places in America, other Airbnb moguls. And so we moved into a new home every 3 months, and I'm like, I could sell. It's all the same, right, dude? It wasn't. I was stripped of all of my relationships and my previous, the place I'd grown up at and all of those things. I was stripped of my environment. You don't realize that when your space changes, so does your, it informs your time. And so I had to figure it out again. And so that was the process. And I learned that technology can be a powerful friend, can also be an enemy. And so there were times where I over relied on it, and there were times when I under relied on it, and we figured it out. We figured it out. And by the end of it, I walked out with an identity change, and I had technology. I learned to use technology to be bionic and not robotic. And so to augment who I was the key. And so so I think sales has changed. I think you got to do better at getting getting relationships. So like right now, I will do things. I have like 15 different items here where I'm helping some of my clients to do their game, but you know, sending out
Hey.
a genie bottle, or about a bar of gold, or I have a telescope in this you know, in this thing. We have you know, some people get swords. You know, I sent a sword to a guy one time.
So you
Recent.
send all those different things out?
Heck yes.
That's amazing, man. Gold bars, telescopes, swords.
Yes. Yeah, you wanna here's the deal. If you get a sword from someone, are you going to turn down a call from that person?
I'm
I
not.
hope not.
You send me a sword, dude. You got my attention.
Okay, give me your address. And so, you know, in these things, the idea is that if I believe that to really capture someone's attention, I call it selling the 7 C's in here. So my first one is curiosity, man. Make someone curious. Well, first I need to be convicted I can help you and serve you.
Yeah.
At least think I can.
Right.
But then I want to make you curious. And I'm going to do that by sending something. I have something here. It's top secret. And I'll let you take a guess at this. I don't know if the camera will focus in on this. There you go. Any idea what this
like
is?
some type of Susan B. Anthony dime or something.
Yeah, that's old, but this is older. This is 1800, 1900 years old.
Okay.
These are denarius.
Okay.
You ever hear of those?
I have.
Ancient Roman coins. These Yeah, they were. Oh, okay, cool. I'm off. Just checking my mute button there. Ancient Roman coins. This was basically. This is sick. This is what they would give you for a day's worth of labor.
Yes.
So, the year 150 AD. Hey, you worked hard. You built a road all day. Here you go.
Yeah, you get 1 denarius.
There you go. And it's not. And to me, it's like, so. There are a couple of people that I've bumped into. I'm like, dang, I want to coach that dude. This dude is like, he's in my zone. And so I'm sending that with a little handwritten note, little wax seal on the note, and yeah, dude, create curiosity. And if you can do that, depending on what you sell, but if you can do that, you will overcome a lot of the objections that anyone would throw at you anyway, because they're intrigued about you. They're connected to you. So
that's awesome, man. First be convicted and then create curiosity. In this season right now, it's much more relational than transactional, right? Especially with all the things that are going on. And I'm guessing that we can learn about all of this stuff in your book, Sell Anywhere, Live Your Adventure While Crushing Sales, that we can get for free at DonnieTuttle.com. Is that correct? Okay.
So while you're in there, you can actually, like, you can pop in, you'll hear me talk about those things. So you can, you know, it has some video content with the book.
Oh, nice.
As multi-dimensional as I can be.
Dude, so that's one of the things I love about you. And the second thing that I love about you is you do it all while still cultivating an incredible relationship with your wife and with your 8 children, right? Because it's very rare in my world do I run into somebody else that is rocking 8 kiddos.
Never. Yeah, almost never.
It's almost never. You should have seen people looking at me like I was a freaking, like I was a 14-eyed alien when I was walking around Bald Head Island with my 7 kids a couple weeks ago. People are like, "Those are all of yours?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Actually, we're 1 short. This is only 7 of the 8."
Yeah, I love this. Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy though. But hey, check it out. We have to pop off of Facebook. But before we do, I do want to do one thing. I'm going to put you up on top of a mountain real quick. All right, Donnie? You are on top of a mountain, and all of civilization is at the base of the mountain, okay? And they're cheering your name. Donnie, 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 right? And it started with like a little slow clap, and then they started like, everybody started clapping, cheering, right? And somebody walks over and they hand you a microphone. And they say, "Donnie, you have 2 minutes to drop something on them. Practical application wisdom, something they can apply in their life today, this week, this month, this year." What are you going to tell them?
All right. I love it. Hey, you are here for a purpose. You are here for a purpose, and it's your job to find that out. You have everything you need right now to create everything you want. It's within you. It's your gift and your talent applied to something today. Take one step. Don't worry about the 10 steps. Don't worry about the 20 steps. Don't worry about 10 years from now. Don't even worry about, joyfully step into what is next. This, my friend, this is what I call inspired action. And inspired action has the power of 100,000 regular actions. Take inspired action towards your purpose from your gift and talent to serve your people. Who are the people you love more than anyone? Who do you want to see win? Go serve those people. Find a way to give to those people from what you have. That's where heaven touches earth. That's where you're serving people. That's where you're going to feel God in you in him. That, my friend, is what you were made for. You're here for a purpose. Get out of the mundane. Step out of the grind, not the rise and grind, but get out of the grind. Get out of the place where a company will wear you down. Don't wait for retirement to go do something. Do it now. Live it today, even in a small way. If you can live a small way today, take another step tomorrow and another step the next day. My friend, you are here for a purpose. Go live it. Go live it. Be big. Don't shrink back. And when you do what you're doing, you're giving other people permission to do the same. Dream big. Your dreams are God's permission to go do something. You can do this. Take what you have and start moving in that direction, and watch where divine intervention and other people along the way show up to help you, and laugh and have joy in the process. This is not some grunting, mindless, mind-numbing labor. This is a place of beauty and color in life.
Bro, I love it. That, my friends, is Mr. Donnie Tuttle. I like how you said your dreams are God's permission. I love that right there. Just take that first step. Let's go. Dude, you got me all jacked up. Donnie, if you would please, if you'll hang out with me over on Clubhouse for a little bit, we're going to let some people ask you some questions. We're going to pop off here on Facebook, though. Hey, brother, listen. Obviously, you know this, and clearly you're stepping into it, man. You, my friend, are a child of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. That God made you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be, and you're stepping into it, bro. You're living it, and it's making an impact. It's making an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers, on your clients, and today you made an impact on me and on us, and I absolutely stinking love you for it, bro. Thank you so much for being here with me this morning.
Thank you, man, for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the one and only Mr. Donnie Tuttle. Make sure, go grab a copy of his book. Go to DonnieTuttle.com. That's right, DonnieTuttle.com. Go get yourself a copy, a free copy of his book, Sell Anywhere, Live Your Adventure While Crushing Sales. I hope you enjoyed this week on hashtag Rise and Grind. I sure enjoyed spending this time with you. If you want to hang out and learn a little bit more or spend some time with Donnie, you can go join us over on Clubhouse. We're going to be doing that, and we'll be over on Clubhouse all day long with incredible content, motivation, education, inspiration, all the things. So make sure you hop on over there. Otherwise, if I don't see you over there, I'll see you Monday morning at 5:30 a.m. We're going to do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Have an incredible day.
I feel like Solomon, forever we ballin'. For heaven I'm conquering, and I'm going all in. Whether I got 5 talents or 1, I'm gonna make it multiply until you tell me well done, well done. I don't do no stressing, no you see me flexing, yeah, praise is my weapon. I'm just reaching for my